and welcome to the Lawrence County Adult Education Podcast. I'm Cathy Bullington, Adult Education Coordinator for the Lawrence County Economic Growth Council. I'm joined today by Debbie Beeler, Director of Hoosier Uplands Head Start, to discuss literacy in Lawrence County. Hello, Debbie, and thank you for joining me today.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Awesome. So we're going to get right into it. Debbie, I would like for you to share with our audience some background info on Soar, the literacy program that was so successful for Lawrence County when it was running several years ago.
Sure. Well, Soar actually was born out of an initiative between the Indiana Department of Education, the Department of Workforce Development, and the Indiana State Library. A statewide adult literacy survey was conducted in 1994, and that showed there was an intense need throughout the state regarding literacy, especially adult literacy, and especially here in Lawrence County. So this is exactly what I was seeing in the parents in my Head Start program, was the need for increased literacy skills. So in April of 1996, I actually attended the third annual Building State Alliances for Family Literacy national seminar sponsored by the U.S. Department of Education that was held in Louisville. And I came back with a sense of urgency that we needed to work to see how Head Start programs in Indiana could partner with the State Department of Education to enhance efforts and opportunities in regards to family literacy. Then over the next couple of years, several individuals in Lawrence County worked together with Sandy Lynch, who was at Vistion at the time, and she took the lead to pull together a group of community leaders that had a vested interest in advancing literacy. So in October of 1998, SOAR was officially born, and it was established through a $2,000 grant provided by Hoosier Uplands as a starter fund, and that they also offered some administrative help to get the coalition up and running. So during that initial startup of SOAR, we worked with the Adult Literacy Coalition in Monroe County, known as VITAL. As SOAR began, we had tremendous support from the community, and especially the Bedford and the Mitchell Public Libraries. We held community events and enlisted several volunteers that wanted to be tutors. They were trained, and we began to match the tutors and the students that were wanting to learn to read or learn to read better. So when our community, and our whole country actually, experienced the pandemic in 2020, SOAR had to stop the actual in-person student-tutor meetings, and as we know, with other things that happened during the pandemic, SOAR kind of went by the wayside after that.
So people kind of lost their focus on it. There were other concerns definitely at the time.
Yes.
So I think we have a slide that shows the original information for SOAR that was used at the time. We have the front of it that shows the brochure that was handed out, and then there's also a backside to that explained what the program did. And your primary focus at the time was reading.
Yes.
Reading, and you felt that having adults in the home who were better readers also benefited the children coming to you at Head Start?
Absolutely.
You noticed that made a big difference?
We did.
So we're going to talk about today. We've been talking about what it was, and we're going to start talking about why literacy is still a concern here in Lawrence County and why we think that SOAR needs to happen again. So we're going to look at some stats. I think we have the first slide that shows data in the insights for Lawrence County, and that's from the state, the last census, and it shows that 3.4% of Lawrence County residents are reading below a ninth grade level. Along with that, 11.5% are living at the poverty level, and definitely literacy also affects job skills, definitely can impact your ability to get a job or hold down a job that makes enough money for you to support your family. So Debbie, how do you think relaunching a literacy program can help address those kind of issues?
Well, first, I think it's important to say that the group that's working on relaunching Soar has renamed it Soar Plus. And we know that while reading skills are extremely important, there are others in our communities that are lacking some additional skills. We want to be able to equip Lawrence County citizens, residents, with the skills that they need to apply for and hold down jobs in our community.
So we're going to look at some more stats. So we have data and insights for Lawrence County. And in 2022, it showed that there are at least 1,000 residents in Lawrence County over the age of 25 that do not have an education past the 9th grade. Then we also have another slide from the Barbara Bush Foundation that 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. struggle to read basic sentences. And we also have the HSE program here in Lawrence County, high school equivalency. And one thing that we've been finding is that some people, they definitely want to get that equivalency diploma, but they're still not quite ready to be able to pass it, and they may need to go back and get some other skills. And that's definitely both reading and the math portion that they have to have for that. So if you're interested in the HSE program, you can visit getmyhse.org and fill out that info, and they can help you get started on that. So Debbie, can you talk about what spearheaded you, or what made you want to spearhead getting SOAR started again in our community?
Well, we do still continue to see adults in Lawrence County that are lacking literacy skills, math skills, and even issues with financial planning for their own families and their homes. So we've developed the name of SOAR Plus to show that we are including more than just learning how to read.
So what are some of the pluses that people are going to find as part of the program?
Well, we are going to work with math skills, increasing math skills, computer skills. I know a lot of individuals need to use a computer for a lot of different things, but they don't know how to navigate. And so we'll help them learn how to use the computer, and then we'll also look at financial planning.
Definitely important, because if we're helping people get better jobs and then they're having more money, then you also have to be smart about how you manage that money, and that definitely ties into math skills. I think one of your most important math skills is knowing how to manage your money, but
Exactly.
it's just important to start with. So Debbie, how do you think the community can help with us relaunching SOAR Plus?
Well, we're going to be looking to retain some volunteers to help tutor in reading and math. So if anyone out there listening, or you know of someone that has a true love of reading, or you love numbers and you're willing to share your skills with others, that would be a great place for you to start to help others in our community.
And we're definitely thinking that sometime this spring, there will be an event asking volunteers or potential volunteers to come look at the curriculum material that we have and look over it and fill out a questionnaire where you can tell us what your interests are and what your time availability might be, so we can start asking people that want help to give us their information, and we can pair people up and find good matches for people time-wise and
Right.
skills-wise.
And it's also important, if you know someone that is lacking in their literacy skills, it's important to talk to those individuals about the opportunities that we're bringing to the community.
It's really about helping people. I don't want people to think that there's a shame in not knowing things, because you, at the time of your life where you were learning those skills, there may have been other things going on that prevented you from gaining those. And this is just a chance to get them. People want to help you, and there's no shame in accepting help at any time.
Absolutely.
And making yourself better and wanting to do better. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think there really is, but, we do rely totally on community support, and so we need everyone to help us with this new initiative.
Definitely true. If you can't volunteer your time, you can at least support by helping spread the word and cheering us on from the sides.
right.
We'll take cheerleaders too.
Right.
So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you very much, Debbie Beeler, for joining us today and giving us the background info and helping us know what we're going to do in the steps ahead. And we hope to have more information for you soon. So be sure to follow the Lawrence County Economic Growth Council's Facebook page to watch for updates, also possibly on Stonegate Arts and Education page, because we think we'll have some of the events here. And you can watch for updates on the launch of Soar Plus this spring. If you are interested in volunteering, please contact me, Cathy Bullington, at 812-797-3559, and I will get your name on the list and keep you posted on current information. So again, thank you very much, Debbie.
Thanks for having me.